Hi, my name's Coach Arvin, and for those of you that don't know what I do, my whole purpose in life is to help people create changes in themselves that they struggle to create on their own. To create that path of where they are now to where they want to be. And at the root of all success, at its very bottom foundation, is self discipline. I know it's an unfavorable word and people don't like to hear it and they want to avoid it, but you can't. You can't succeed without it. The practice of discipline has to be in your life on a daily basis, or you just won't succeed. And even if you taste success, you're not going to sustain it. Not unless you have a practice of discipline. And historically, training discipline in the area of being healthy has been the most challenging for most people. That's where I start with people. That's why that's the focal point here. Because if we can get you disciplined with how you take care of yourself, with the way that you move and the way that you eat and the way that you just perform in general, then that discipline transfers into all the other areas of your life and it's way easier to execute because you're already doing it in the hardest place. But what I want to talk with you about today is some of the patterns that I've seen in the past with why people struggle to succeed in this area of their life. And there's three things that are the most common things that come up with people when they fall off a program such as this. Has this ever been you? Have you ever made the decision that you're going to create some change in your life and you go sign up for this program and you get really excited about it and it's fun for a little while and then you eventually just fall off, you lose all motivation and you find yourself right back to where you started? Maybe you lost some weight but then you gained it all back, maybe even more. Has it happened to you before? It's happened to almost all of us. It happened to me numerous times before I found my way. But why? Well, one of the first tips I can provide for you is that when you come in focused on the outcome, it makes it that much harder to create that outcome. Now let me break that down for you for a second because we do need to know what the desired outcome is. We have to create vision. We have to identify what is it that you want? Why do you want it? We need to know that. But then we got to shift our focus to how we make that happen. For example, if your goal is, I want to lose weight, and that's a pretty superficial goal that most people come in with, it's common, it's much deep rooted than that, but we'll get to that in another conversation. But let's just use that as the example. It's 20 pounds, and every day you're getting on the scale and you're looking at the scale. It's like, oh, I haven't lost my weight yet. I haven't lost my weight yet. When am I going to lose my weight? Oh my gosh, I've trained for 5 days. I haven't lost a pound. This isn't moving fast enough. This is frustrating. I don't feel good about myself. All of these thoughts start coming up and they get in the way because you're so focused on that number, on creating that result, that we're not focusing on the process of getting you there. And that's the catch-22 of creating change, of creating results in your life. In order to create the desired outcome, you have to release yourself from the attachment of it. And when you do that, when you can just let go, then we can shift focus into what you're supposed to be doing. And then when we focus on that, well, then that starts to become really enjoyable, right? You start to look forward to doing it. You start to enjoy it. It starts to become part of your daily routine. It starts to become part of your identity. It just starts to become a part of who you are. You want to do these things because it's important to you. You identify with them. And when those things start to happen, guess what else starts to happen? Results. Weight starts to come off and it stays off. You start to perform better and better and better consistently because you're committed to your training. When we can let go of that emotional attachment to that outcome and shift our focus not from us not having it, but how we'll feel once we obtain it, and we attach that to the journey, that's how you create success. Mistake number 2 that I see people make when trying to create change is they give themselves an end date. This is very common with diets. I'm going to do keto for 90 days. I'm going to do no carb for 30 days. I'm going to starve myself for a week. Like whatever it is, there's always this end date. And every time somebody comes to me with that question, hey, I'm thinking about doing this 8-week challenge. What do you think? I think I'm about starting the ketogenic diet for 90 days. Like, what do you think? And my first question is, well, what are you going to do when it's over? And that's the biggest disconnect that I see with people in these challenges that they put themselves through. If you want to do the challenge, great. It is a great way to kickstart some progress. It is a way to shock the body and break that stimulus that it's become accustomed to. There's a lot of positive aspects to doing those things. But if all you're going to do is go back to what you were doing before you started it, any progress that you gained, you're going to lose it. If you lost the weight, you're going to gain it back. You know, it's once it's over, you go back to what you're doing before. No real change was created. There is no end date. You want to be healthy? That's a lifestyle. That is how you live. It's not something you do for a period of time. It's either a part of who you are or it is not. But also understanding what the process entails to change that identity so it becomes a part of who you are is an important part of that process. So if you find yourself visiting those type of thoughts where I'm only going to do this for X number of days, you're most likely setting yourself up for failure. And more importantly, disappointment. And second, if you're obsessed with that outcome, it's going to keep you distracted from the things that you need to be focusing on. And that brings me to my third mistake that people make with trying to create these changes for themselves is they look at the process like a chore. They already come in convinced that they're not going to like it. More importantly, that they have to do it. Now, we're all adults here, right? Well, I assume that most of you guys watching are adults. But even if you're not, how many of you like being told what to do? You like being told what to do? You like when somebody comes in and, hey, go pick that up. Go put that away. Clean up after yourself. You like being told what to do? No, nobody likes being told what to do. So when you feel like you're telling yourself this is what you need to be doing, then it feels like you're being told. It feels like a chore. And you're going to have natural resistance to that process. And we can all fight resistance for a while. We can be strong-willed. But eventually, that shit's going to break you down. Even the strong get tired. But how often do we get tired of doing the things that we love to do? Not very often. Matter of fact, I don't think we get tired at all. When you're doing something and you're having a good time, it's just the opposite, right? You're worried about time running out, not how much time is left. Like, oh, I'm having so much fun. Oh my God, the sun's going down. This is going to be over soon. That sucks because I'm having so much fun. I'm really enjoying myself. I wish this would never end. If you carried that kind of enthusiasm and excitement and intention into the processes of creating these changes that you want for yourself, how easy would it be? It would be what you look forward to doing every day, which just so happens to be the mindset that the people that come here train with. This is the thing that they look forward to doing most throughout their day. This is the best hour of their day. They love it. Because they have made the decision to enjoy it here. They have made the decision to enjoy this process. They have chosen to look at it as something that they get to do and not something that they have to do. I've coached thousands of people over the years that I've been doing this. And these three things show up consistently with almost everybody. When we shift those things, when we shift the focus from the desired outcome to the process, when we eliminate any kind of end date and we understand that this is a lifestyle approach and we're going to grow gradually over time until this just becomes a part of who you are and who you identify with. And when we create a process that you enjoy being a part of, that you look forward to coming to every single day, we succeed. We make the necessary shifts. And more importantly, we create all the desired results that you came in with on day one that you wanted to happen for your life. When we do those things, that's how we create change.